Hi guys, how are you? So this is like a super late video, like way late video, um, that I really should have made almost 2 years ago. But I didn't, because, sometimes it just takes us time to like process, and some people process things a little bit like longer than other people, and like honestly, I'm still trying to process it, even though it was 2 years ago, because it doesn't happen to someone like me, honestly. So okay. Now you guys are probably like, well, what? What are you talking about? Well, okay. This is finally my video I'm making about how I met Taylor freaking Swift at her house in LA in 2017. Okay. So, where do I start? So, it was before Reputation, like, came out, obviously, and, like, bear with me. And so, like, everyone was, like, begging for her attention, pretty much, and, like, I had already met her once, like, back in, like, 2007, and I stood in line till like 2:30 in the morning to meet her. But like 2007 to 2017, that's literally 10 years. Like that's a long time, and like a lot had happened since then, and like I'd grown as a person, and like been through a lot of crap that she'd helped me through. That like I I don't think I would have been able to get through without like her music, and like yeah. So like I kept like posting things like on Tumblr and Twitter and whatnot, and like Instagram, and like I hoped that she'd like see it or anything, and like I maybe the thought was in the back of my mind like maybe I'll meet her again, but honestly I didn't think that I would. Like she didn't like anything of mine. She hadn't like reblogged anything or anything like that. So like honestly I had given up a little bit of hope, because like it felt like she was noticing like everyone else, which it's cool, because there are so many other people who like hadn't met her before, and like hadn't had notices from her, and so like I was really happy for those people. But like I was up like really late for like a month several times, because like I'd just be like up like reblogging, or like trying to get her to like join my Instagram live stream or something like that. So obviously none of that happened. So like the day that I got my message from Taylor Nation was like the day that I gave up. Like I woke up that morning and I like checked on my social media, and she still hadn't liked anything. So I was like, you know what? It's obviously not gonna happen. It's obviously not meant to be. She's not gonna like anything of mine. And like I was content with that. Like I was cool with that. Like at least I met her when I did. And like all my other friends are like getting their notices and whatnot. So I was content with the situation. But like at the same time I was sad. Cause like it was 10 years, and like yeah. So I I went to lay down with Juan to take a nap, and my phone went off, and I thought it was my friend. And I was like, you know what, she can wait till later. Like, I am exhausted, I need a nap. And then, like, as I rolled over, like, my eyes were, like, starting to shut. And something told me, no, you want to check that. And so, I, like, tried to avoid it, and, like, I opened my phone, and I saw Twitter, and Twitter, and then there was, like, the notification, and it said, Taylor Nation, and then the magical words, and it said, confidential message. And I was like, excuse me, what? So I had to like check it and like recheck it like several times because I still didn't like believe that it was happening, like, if you know what I mean. And so like I checked it, and I told myself, I was like, the only way that I would know if like this was them is if I scrolled up, because they had invited me to Super Saturday Night in Houston earlier in 2017. And so, like, I scrolled up and I noticed that that was them, and they sent me the message, and that was what I saw. Confidential message. And it was like, hi, I noticed how great of a fan you are, and I'd love to get more information from you. Have you met Taylor? If so, when? What's your birth date? Your phone number? Where are you from? And blah, 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 blah. And so, like, at that point, there was no sleeping. So, like, I got up and, like, I stumbled into the hallway, and I literally just sat in the kitchen bawling. So I was like, is this happening? This is not happening. I was in disbelief. And so, like, I sent them all my information, and it took me a little bit to, like, send it to them. And so I was like, they're not gonna like me, they're not gonna see this, and it's gonna get overlooked, and they're straight up gonna, like, uninvite me. And so, so I sent them this stuff, and it took them, like, a couple hours to, call me, and they call me, and they're like, she's like, hi, this is such and such from Taylor Nation, how are you today? And I was like, I'm a bit in shock, but I'm alright. She's like, okay, well, I just want to ask you again, like, when did you meet Taylor? And I told her, and she was like, alright, well, at this time, I want to go ahead and offer it to you and ask you. She's like, and I was like, yeah, of course, yes. Honestly, who would say no? So then she was like, okay, well, can you be in Los Angeles this Sunday? Excuse me, what? This Sunday? So I had a bit of like a freak out, because I was like, I literally only have $5 in my bank account. That's like nothing. And so, like, I told one of my friends, I'm not gonna mention names, and he was like, no, you're going. Like, straight up, you're going. And I told one of my other friends, not gonna mention her name, and she's all, yeah, she's like, you're going. And she's like, but I'm not gonna let you sleep on the street or anything. And so my friend, he was all, I'll get you a bus ticket there if you can get a bus ticket back. I was like, oh yeah, that shouldn't be a problem. So he got me the bus ticket there, and then my friend got me an Airbnb, and like everything was set in stone, and I left Saturday? Was it Saturday? It was like really early Saturday morning. And so I left on Saturday, and like the bus trip there was excruciating, because like I was so happy, and like I couldn't tell anybody, and it sucked because I couldn't tell anybody, and everyone's like, why are you in California? I was like, family? And they're like, oh, okay, we'll have fun. So then it came Sunday, and Sunday was whenever I actually got there, and I got there like pretty early on Sunday, and then I went straight to my Airbnb, and like, she was like, what are you here for? And I couldn't continue to lie. So I told her, and she's like, oh, well, that's so cool. She's like, well, if you need help doing like your hair or makeup or anything, because she was in cosmetology school, she was like, just let me know, and like, I'll help you out. Thank God for her. And so like, then I was hungry when I got there, so we went out to In-N-Out Burger, and then we got back after we ate, and then she like did my hair and my makeup and all of that, and then like I called my Uber, and like I got in the Uber, and I was like closer to the moment that it happened. Like, I got a lot more nervous. So like, we get to the hotel, and I go in and I tell them my password, and the girl from Taylor Nation up there at the desk, when they were checking me in, she was all, hi Megan, and I was like, y'all know my name. What the heck? Y'all know my name. So they gave me my wristband, and they gave me my lovely wristband that said, you can't see it there very well, that said Los Angeles, and I was like, R.I.P. Like, R.I.P. And then we go in the room, and like, we're waiting for like everyone else to show up who's going, and I'm in there, and I'm like talking to like this new group of friends, and then like one of my friends from Super Saturday Night came in, and like I saw her, and I literally just like screamed her name and ran up to her, and I was like, oh my God, it's finally happening for you. I was so happy. And so we stayed there for like, I don't know, an hour or so, and then we all got on buses, and it was the anniversary of like Red coming out. So like, we all got on buses, and our bus driver was playing Red, and yeah, we got to her house, and like, we couldn't have anything. We couldn't have our phones, we couldn't have like paper or for her to sign or anything like that. We had to go by ourselves. But like, I had my insulin pump because I needed it. And so we get there, we get out of the buses, they wand us down again, they tell us, they're like, welcome to secret session, and all this and that, and then like, we go by the pool, and there was like food, and I forgot to mention, I was on the phone with the girl from Taylor, or they emailed me back, and they're like, if you have any health concerns or anything, let us know, and I like told them that I'm diabetic and whatnot, and so when I got there, they had like Diet Coke and like regular Coke and all that, but like, there was like a lot of like diabetic friendly stuff, which honestly, angels. So we ate and whatnot, and then we went into the living room, and I made sure to get like at the very front, like where Taylor was sitting, cause like, and we're all sitting down there in like her living room, and we're all talking and whatnot, and then like, it gets quiet, and there was like 4 different ways that she could have come in. Like, she could have come in front of us, she could have come in from outside, like right beside us in the front, and like, so she comes in from the back, and she like walks in, and we all lose it, and like, I started crying. She came in, and she sat down, she's like, welcome to Secret Sessions, consider yourselves all tailored. Excuse me. What? So then she tells us like about the album and whatnot, and she like plays us each song, and then like during Gorgeous, there was like a part, and she like stuck out her hand for me to hold like that, and she almost whacked me in the face. So like low-key upset that that didn't happen, because please, sis, slap me in the face whenever you want. Honestly. So then, after, like, we listened to the album and whatnot, she's like, I'm gonna go de-sweat because I'm really sweaty, and she's like, and I'll come back, and then we'll do pictures and whatnot. And so, like, I didn't have to go to the bathroom, but, like, I had to go to the bathroom. Like, okay, I'm lying, I had to go to the bathroom. And so, like, I went and, like, got in line for the bathroom, and, like, I used Taylor Swift's bathroom. Like, what? And I didn't want to be a creep or anything like that, but, like, I think a few other people did. So, like, I got a little bit of toilet paper and, like, stuck it in my bra so I could put it on my Taylor wall when I got home. And so then, like, after I go to the bathroom and whatnot, I was like, do I stay out here and socialize, or do I go get in line to meet her? Oh, and I forgot to mention that as we were, like, in line for, like, the bathroom, like, Jack Antonoff, like, legend, Jack Antonoff, like, walked by us, and we're like, hi, Jack, oh my gosh, Sweeter Than Fiction was a bop, and he was just like, thanks, yeah, and he, like, waved at us, and then walked out, and then Ruby freaking Rose was there, and, like, she waved at me and said hi, and, like, I died, like, right there, I died, like, for real. And so then that was the bathroom, and then after I went in, okay, so back to where I was. After I got out of the bathroom, I went and I got in line to meet Taylor, and, like, everyone else was, like, having her moment, and, like, the seconds were, like, creeping up till it was my turn, and, like, I was trying so hard not to cry, and, like, honestly, I don't know how I didn't, but, like, it got to my turn, and I, like, walk in, like, through the doors to, like, where she is, and she sees me, and she, like, runs up to me and, like, embraces me in the tightest hug, and as she's running up to me, she's like, hey, babe, thanks for coming, and then she goes, it's Megan, right? What? It's what? And I was like, yeah. And so then I asked her, like, how she found me, and she goes, oh, sweetie, I've known about you for a while. What? So I was like, how did you find me? And she's all, I found you on Twitter. What? And so then, like, I asked her about, like, a few posts on Tumblr, like, if she'd seen them, and she hadn't. But, like, she saw my Twitter. She, like, low-key, I was like, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. She was like, no, it's cute. I love Twitter Swifties because they're always the first people up to bat for me. And, like, they're always there, and they're, like, fight for the blood. Like, yeah, sis. Yeah, we do. Straight up. So, then, like, I told her, like, a couple of professional things and whatnot. And, like, yeah. And she, like, hugged me again. And she was like, I love you so much. And blah, 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 blah. And then, like, it was time to take the picture. And I still beat myself up for this. I was like, well, I really want a picture of, like, you kissing me on the cheek, but then I really, like, want a picture in front of the tombstone. And she's like, well, how about we sit in front of the tombstone, and, like, I'll give you a kiss on the cheek. Well, okay, first, she was all, we can sit on the throne here, from the Look What You Made Me Do video. She's like, or we can sit in front of the tombstone. She's like, but it's up to you. And I was like, let's do the tombstone. She's like, or there's the throne, but it's up to you. So I was like, yeah, let's do the tombstone. And so, like, this girl, like, we got down and, like, I was on my knees. And so she gets down on her knees. Like, Taylor Swift got down on her knees for me. And we, like, took the picture. And then, like, she was like, thanks so much for coming and whatnot. She's like, I'll see you soon. And then, like, I got my goodie bag and my keychain that they gave us all, which I'm sure you guys have seen. You can't really see it very well because of the lighting, but, oh, sorry, I did not mean to do that. And then, like, yeah, I left and, like, I got in the bus and I just started crying because I was like, did that just happen? Like, did that just happen? And, like, she, like, remembered me from, like, 2007, and she was like, oh, you're the little girl that I signed everything for in her purse and whatnot, and, yeah. Excuse me, what? So we get back to the hotel, and, like, I'm just sitting there, and I'm just like, wow, that happened. And, yeah, that's that. And then, of course, everybody's already seen it several times, but my picture with Taylor in front of the lovely tombstone from the video. So, yeah. Anyways, long story short, never give up on your dreams, no matter how big or how small, because never in a million years would I ever think that my dream of, like, going to Taylor's house would come true, and it did. So, like, just, like, never give up on your dreams, because they'll happen when you least expect them to. And I literally was not expecting to wake up and see that message, like, seriously. So, yeah, that's my story on how I met Taylor, and, like, all of the personal stuff that me and her talked about. She was like, she looked at me, and she, like, genuinely cared about, like, my feelings in that moment, and it was amazing. And so, yeah, like, never give up on your dreams, ever. Ever, 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 ever. So, yeah. I'll always remember October 22nd, 2017, and my tattoo from that day. Oh, I can't get in a good position, but